All right, what's going on, ladies and gents? I just wanted to come on here because I just caught myself doing something that I've been talking about the shorts doing, and I like 100%. I just had that moment myself, and I'm someone who didn't even get short down here. I'm someone who like started getting short somewhere up here, and then finished things off today. And I got the jaw dropper, all right? So it was this 3-minute candlestick right here. Right as I saw Apple, yeah, it went up and peaked its head right up on resistance there. This 3-minute candle gave you boy the jaw dropper. Like straight up, I saw it and my jaw dropped. I was speechless. And that's when I went and told the Discord, I was like, hey guys, let's say 100%, yeah. 100%, this is the move, yo. 100%. This is the jaw-dropping move I was speaking about. Because your boy just dropped his own jaw. Like, what the heck? What the flippin' flopping? All right? Big green dildo-looking candlestick right here, following that other green dildo candlestick over there. All right? But your RSI, guys, taken up. So I mentioned it in my video, and I'm still standing behind everything I said in my video, all right? Your boy is ringing his bell. It's here, all right? We are extremely likely right before cliffhanger, all right? You have your RSI at 71.67. Over here, you peaked up at 73.76, all right? So if you have another day like this, they're not even just like this. Like your RSI went from 67 all the way to 71.60. So yeah, you get another day like this, your RSI is busting up through then. I don't think this divergence gets burned. I really don't think it's the technical factor that is going to be burned there. Plus, you got what you got going on over here at DXY, all right? At the same time QQ is skyrocketing, you have DXY also doing the same thing, all right? Having the biggest green day that it has had in quite some time. Currently up 0.69, all right? This is a big green day. You were up 0.64. Over here, 0.63. Well, now we're up 0.69. You know, I'm not saying this thing can't come back down and, you know, back test. Your RSI is getting up there. But, yeah, you got the jaw dropper going down, like, right before our eyes. We did have the divergence over here. That got burned. And that's why, guys, I only open my mouth and say things that, you know, people might not like to hear when I think, you know, it's what people need to hear. You burned through your divergence over here. I understand a lot of people were short. But that's why I said what I did in the Webull update. When I typically see these divergences get burned, that is when you see, you know, you see a decent move, an impulsive move in whatever direction it is that they just got burned. In this case, you know, it got burned to the upside here. We're going to the upside. You got burned right over here. It was with this candlestick right here. You went from 328 all the way. It's a $7 move. Quite impulsive if you ask me. So yeah, you don't have any divergences up here suggesting that things are going to start stalling out, but you do have that daily RSI getting up there, and that is what I'm personally watching. Now, this was a condition over here that I was saying, like, hey, the past 5 times, you know, you got this popping up. This is where you got your bounce. Like, this was the exact spot, or not exact spot, but this is where you started. It was the exact spot. You started forming your bottom. Not the exact spot you got your bounce, but exact spot you started forming your bottom for that bounce. And all of those were anywhere from 5 to I think we had one all the way up to $14. I think it was this one right here. Oh, a hiccup into a yawn there. That was pretty odd. Pretty odd. Holy sweet baby Jesus, there's another one. All right, hiccup into yawn into another yawn. Did I catch any of you guys with that yawn out there? You guys yawning? All right, I don't know. All right, but yeah, SPY is up here right in this, they're not up in the blue box, but right underneath the 418.31 resistance. If you don't know why that's so important, it's just literally where price got halted up here. This is where sellers made their mark here. And ever since then, guys, they've held the blue box. They haven't had a need to come up and hold the 418.31. So like in yesterday's Webull update, I was saying upside was likely today just because we had VIX not filling its gap, which still hasn't filled its gap, but you are so close to it that I'm going to be tight if you decide to see VIX start turning up here without filling that gap. I really want to see that filled. I really do. You get the 4-hour stochastic all the way down here. It's about to cross up. I really hope we come down here and fill that gap. But you had that going on. You had ES had a clean breakout above here. You had your close on the 15-minute, the hourly, the 4-minute. Does that break the August highs? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this is this is the jaw-dropping move. This is what I was saying in my video, that if I was a dealer, I wouldn't be pausing you right at the August high. That would just be kind of the most glorious short entry possible. Why would they do that? You know, why would they do that? So I would bring you slightly above it, and then, you know, I'd go with that trap there, or I would halt you slightly below it, and then I would start the trap, and it looks like they brought you above it. So yeah, that's why I made the call. I said within $5. I think we were at 333, like 50 when I said that. Maybe we're a little lower. I'm not sure. All right. I am still going to stick with that call. I still think we are like very freaking close. But yeah, we did have factors suggesting that we would be getting the upside. And that's the point of doing this whole intraday trading shit. All right. There's no reason to be sitting there nervous holding, you know, overnight and stuff like that. I'll tell you what I was just talking about. Just talking to someone in the Discord about, like, dude, I like stopped swinging for like weeks now, and I remember I had taken the loss a few weeks back, and I don't remember when that was, but that was like a while ago, and I had just held on to my June stuff, and then eventually I cut those as well. But ever since then, it's been like, you know, I've been seeing continuous, like, yeah, there's been some red days. I'm not going to say they've all been green, guaranteed they've not. All right, but DXY rallies with the markets. What's wrong? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Something is wrong. All right, something is well, I don't want to just say something wrong. That sounds like I'm a perma bear. I'm not. All right, I'm just, you know, I'm doing what I said. I'm ringing my bell when the condition pops up. It's popping up. I don't care if I sound crazy. All right, because, you know, every other time I've done this and sounded crazy, you know what? In a week or two from now, I don't sound so crazy. I sound like a genius. So yeah, I mean, conditions is there. I'm just gonna say, like, it's the very extremely low probably. Like I'm like, so I gave the Henry odds earlier. I said 6-1. That's like really how I feel. Like straight up. I don't want to give anybody false confidence with taking out short positions here. But it's the same thing I was saying down here. All right, you have a recipe for disaster, and the thing that was holding the markets up was this May 19 OPEX. Saying going into this week, you were going to trade flat. Like, if the dealers were going to get their way, you're going to trade flat over here on SPY, or you're going to trade up. You did both. All right, you did both. You traded straight up on QQ. You traded flat on SPY over here. And the range that we have, you can clearly see it over here on ES, but I've been charting SPY. Clearly see that going on right there. This is on the daily time frame though. Let's go over the hourly time frame. You clearly see it. We've been in for weeks now. All right. Over here on SPY, though, I guess you can make the top of the range. It would have been the blue box. We technically did have, like, we're breaking out, guys. That's what this is looking like. Yeah, there's that. But you do have these divergences popping up right there on the hourly time frame. So that is something to note. But you don't have this 4-hour one. So that is that. But, you know, SPY's 4-hour RSI is approaching overbought territory. As you do see, we can, like, you know, we could hang out up here for quite some time there. All right, a little longer, a few more days. But yeah, guys, if you start busting up here, I'm gonna see you're probably gonna start making your way to 421.22 and then 425.50. Like, that would just, you know, that's the next spot of resistance. That's just what we do here with technical analysis. All right. You know, that's the path of least resistance. If you break there, you're going there. Look at that. You have 3 app updates available. Beautiful. Even though I only pay for Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop, I don't know how that's possible. I only have 2 Adobe applications on here. I have Premiere and Photoshop. How do I have 3 updates? I don't get that one at all. Look at NQ. This thing is freaking beautiful. It is so beautiful, dude. This thing is shredding shorts apart, guys. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is wrecking all short positions alike. Like, that is what's taking place. But again, I'm going to bring up what I brought up in my video today. All right, guys, Bitcoin is not participating at all. Like, you have so many signs that are just like causing me to just be uneasy. All right, I've been the guy saying upside. I have been that guy. All right, but now I'm flipping the script, and I'm going to say I'm not that guy anymore. I am not that guy. You're not that guy. You know what guy I am? I'm the guy saying, like, hey, downside actually makes amazing sense from up here. Like, amazing sense. Really the only box I want to be checked is down here with VIX. I want you to come down and fill this 16-12 gap. And the fact that like we've had this crazy move to the upside here and VIX isn't plummeting is showing me that people are just like loading up on puts. That's, I hate to say it, but yeah, as we're up here, like that's what the this VIX price action is telling me. But it's not even price, so this VIX action is telling me. But you come over here, like look at this, 65 guys. All right, you topped out. Last time you topped out was up at 70. So you're right here, and you have like all of these technical factors suggesting like, hey, probably not going to go much longer. And then you also have max pain over here being 411, guys. I'm sure it's going to be one hell of a shocker if you see a $6 rug pull here going into the end of the week. That would definitely be shocking me if I'm sitting there holding long, because, you know, breakout. There you go. Actually, before I just literally wanted to come on here and just like quickly show you guys nothing has changed. All right, nothing has changed. I still I still do believe, no, we're right here at the top. All right, we're right here at the top, and if anything, you have a stronger case for that. Apple's 4-hour RSI was the thing that I was looking for, and specifically I think this was I was saying that I was looking for a move here that would then reject like that, or we'd be getting a move to the next zone of resistance up there, which was just your all-time high. And if you get up to all-time high, that's when I'm going to be really screaming from the bell, and I'm going to do everything I can to not go all in on, you know, July and, yeah, July puts at that point. If you see Apple up here, like, I'm straight up, like, guys, how are you not? I don't know, dude. Like, but, like, that's also the conflicting part. You can't put yourself in that situation because, like, I've been in that sitch where, you know, you think like, yeah, the thing can't go any higher, and then somehow it goes higher. Now, given that Apple was not at all-time highs last time that happened to boy, but yeah, I mean, you know, like, it still can happen. We're in a bear market. They clearly are doing the same thing they did in the dot-com bubble. Let's just actually, that should really be what we reference here, the dot-com bubble. All right, so this rally. All right, let's look on the monthly time frame. All right, we will look on the monthly time frame because this is pretty sick nasty. All right, 5 months time. All right, I know it's 4 bars, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 30% rally. Come over here to the dot-com bubble. All right, you had a 40% rally. Holy sweet baby Jesus! All right, so like that was a 10% higher. All right, 10% higher in the same amount of time there. All right, except you had one month less. 10% higher. That's what I say. We don't know what comes next. That is what I was trying to get at in my video. Like, hey, I'm there for you. Like, if you're like convincing yourself to go all in up here, I'll be that guy stepping in, saying like, hey, or just reminding you like, hey, you know, things could keep going up. Like, what if they go up another 10%? That's another $30 over here on QQ. All right. That is wrecking, and it doesn't matter how much date you open up. You can open up August, you can open September puts here. You're getting wrecked, all right? If you go up another $10 on QQQ, it's gonna happen, all right? Like September. Let's actually just come over here on Webull. Let's just literally look how far down these puts would go if you're opening up the July strike right here, or not July strike, July OPEX. Oh, this is SPX. I don't want SPX. The QQQ, the QQQ. Right. All right, puts, guys, puts. All right. Where's your boy guy? Your boy has these guys. All right, right there. Boy bought in higher though, and we'll say that. All right, boy bought in 160s, not at 160s right now. All right. But yeah, just look at this. Right. So we're gonna just look at these. You're buying these. All right, and then it moved $10 at the money. You now lost 30%. That's what I'm getting at. It doesn't matter how much time. These have 2 freaking months, guys. 2 months. 2 months. All right. That's a lot of time. But guess what? You get the $10. If you bring your contracts $10 out the money or $10 more out the money, that's going to happen. Doesn't matter what strike. Does not matter. Doesn't even matter if you're buying in the money. You buy in the money right now. All right. It's $1,000 for your 2 months, right? All right. You're pricing a $10 move here, by the way. But yeah, 336. You move $10 out the money, 326, $600. You just lost 30 to 40%. So again, it doesn't matter how safe you want to try and be with your contracts. It really doesn't. You're gonna get wrecked if you go up 10. Not wrecked, but you know that's like a 30% loss, dude. If you went all in All right. And then like, let's just say you had $100,000 to your name, and like, which is probably a lot more than a lot of people have, all right, in their trading accounts. But say $100,000, we'll even say you got $10,000, right? You got $10,000, you go all in, you see that $10 move, all right, and you now see your, what you're worth go down $3,000 to $4,000 out of your $10,000. I'm sure that's gonna mentally weigh on you, right? All right, so that's exactly what I'm getting at. All right, just like, don't put yourself in that stitch. Even if you're buying in the money here, all right, you're buying there $1,100, $335. You go out the money. Look at that. You're still going down 20 to 30% right there. All right, like, I'm just, I think I'm making my point extremely clear here. I really do. But yeah, they're doing the same thing that they were doing during the dot-com bubble burst. In all likelihood, I don't know what Apple was doing back then. I know Apple was a newbie stock back then, but right now, the main stock is now at like a 2.8 trillion market cap, 2.745, almost 2.8, moving up there. And yeah, this is as like we have these signs popping up that, hey, we're probably topping out. So, yeah, guys. All right, I'll leave it off at that. I don't want to keep talking in circles. I hope I made my point extremely clear here that, like, hey, I'm going to say the R word. Rug pull is extremely likely around the corner. Like, very likely. I don't care if everyone's been saying, oh, this is an extremely obvious short. Yeah, all right. Well, guess what? To me, it was an extremely obvious long. You didn't see a lot of people going long. You saw a lot of people going short, which caused this move to the upside. So, there's that. And now that we're here, let's just like look at this. All right. You are now $11 above where likely most people were trying to go short. All right. Most market participants. I'm not speaking about just the, just the institutions and, all those big guys. All right. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about all of us. All right. You likely had a lot of these institutions, they're probably using this as the short entry. Okay. I'm not going to get like, this. What should trigger a rug pull now? You got the debt ceiling fiasco. You get that going on. I know that's what caused the SPY pump. It was Biden speaking about that. And he was saying good things about it. So, like, now that you pumped up from that, and that's why I keep seeing people say, like, buy the rumor, sell the news. I've seen, a few people over the last 2 days say this. And, well, not 2 days, but since yesterday say this. And I'm just going to say right now, all right, yeah, guys, they could very well not come to an agreement, and this whole move could just be wiped out very quickly. Very quickly. That could be exactly what happens. Not saying that's going to happen, but I'm saying, like, that is on the table. That is that. See, like, a dollar just got wiped out pretty quick there. Oh, you're doing the fade. All right, not pretty quick. That was a slow fade right there. All right, I'm looking for... Where are we? You saw this to end off the day the other day. You saw that, or you see something like that. That is what I'm honestly like looking for coming out of where we are right here, unless we are going to end up pushing on up there. But yeah, what could trigger that rug pull? I mean, let's look at the economic calendar real quick. Hang on, let me try and find this. There we go. I mean, next week, we don't really have anything that really could do this. I mean, you had so many Fed speakers the other day, and, you didn't have that shake in the market. You traded absolutely flat on Wednesday, and you had a lot of Fed speakers. So, there was that. It's not showing on here, but I know there were. I think the deadline would be huge. The decline, yes. I'm going to be honest, dude. If they do not come to... let's look at it this way, okay? We know that they can't not come to an agreement because the U.S. is dead without them being able to use the money printer, which actually isn't a money printer. It's just a debt-based system, okay? So, like, if the debt-based system can no longer produce that debt, then the growth of the U.S. completely halts. Like, completely. You have no chance of GDP. It's not going to happen without you increasingly bring in more debt. Or you have to increasingly bring in... you have to bring in more exports. You have to bring in stuff from outside. And well, would that be imports? No, importing. That is you bring like going out. Yeah, okay. I think I'm looking at that right. Regardless, without the GDP, we will not see or without the money printer, we will not see the gross domestic product go up unless we start selling like crazy to these other countries, which I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to be able to keep up with that. It's not going to happen. Your GDP is 100% just going to start declining rapidly. And yeah, that's like this debt-based system literally makes the U.S. like it's called the Keynesian system if you want to just look it up and learn about it. But without the Keynesian system, I'm serious, like the U.S. is not functioning. It's not going to happen. So like I know, and like a lot of you guys should know, and now that I just told you guys definitely do know now. Yeah, they can't not like, come to an agreement. Like 100% they will come to an agreement, or the system is going to go into whole freak out mode. Markets are going to collapse. You're going to see literally what I showed you guys in 2011 over here on SPX. You would literally very likely be getting this exact same reaction. You would get a meltdown, and that was right. No, all the way back over here. Yeah, you know what? Just for now, because that's relevant right now. There's that. But yeah, the one back then was an 18% decline. So just about. And that was over 3 weeks. So I do think we would get something pretty similar to that if we were to get up to that. I think it's June 2nd is the deadline. I could be wrong on that. I picked, one of my put expirations off of that. So I hope I am right about that one. Regardless, June 2nd is that, and if we were to approach that date without an agreement, then yeah, you're probably going to see exactly what we just showed right there, like very, very similar to what we showed right there. And what I'll point out right now is that we have had this decent move up today, but the volume is not even close to as impressive as yesterday. Yesterday, you got to about 12 o'clock, and the volume was already up here. We could tell it was going to be an increased volume day, which is why I was, I'm saying more upside was likely. But yeah, now you have, now you don't have that. It's all the way down here. QQ maybe, all right, SPY, I don't know. But I really don't think this thing is going to be continuing too much further up here. All right, guys. I'm sure there's only a few of you out there, but I just wanted to fucking, just let you guys know what's going on. Show you guys like, hey, and I came on here because I noticed my jaw got dropped, and I was like, yo, this is proof of this is the psychology that I was speaking of down there. And now that I have up here started to put myself in that position, yeah, now that psychology I spoke about, I'm now seeing the proof of concept that it 100% exists. We're seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm witnessing it with my own body. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day. I'll catch you over for the Webull update.